여기까지 나왔네요. 네. 네, 안녕하세요. 서경 캐스터, 거신 캐스터입니다. 안녕하십니까. 네, 2011년 펩시 GSL 드라이. 반응이 굉장히 좋네요. 파이널 대마의 결승전, 임재덕 선수와 황강호 선수의 결승전인데, 지금 임재덕 선수가 1대0으로 앞선 가운데 저는 양 선수의 부모님과 함께 이 자리에 나와 있습니다. 자, 임재덕 선수의 어머니입니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 어머니 긴장을 많이 하신 것 같아요.
네, 긴장됩니다.
네, 자, 지금 임재덕 선수가요, 벌써 3번째 결승 무대에 올랐습니다. 이게 굉장히 기쁘실 것 같아요. 기분이 어떠세요?
아주 기쁩니다.
네, 정말 기뻐하시는군요. 자, 다음 질문입니다. 그동안 두 번의 우승을 가졌던 임재덕 선수입니다. 네, 근데 이 임재덕 선수가 이번에 황강호 선수를 만나게 됐어요. 이 황강호 선수에게 하실 말씀 없으신가요?
Do you have any comments to LosirA?
선수가 많이 노력을 해서 이렇게 이 자리까지 올라오긴 했는데 그래도 제덕이 못 이길걸.
I know that you practiced a lot to be in this finals.
어머님이 방송을 처음 하시다
But she
보니까
thinks
좀
NesTea's still
긴장이
gonna win
된다는 점 이해해 주시기 바랍니다. 자, 다음 질문입니다. 그 임재덕 선수가 지금 좀 많이 긴장한 표정이 보이고 있습니다. 이 아들에게 응원할 수 있는 응원 메시지 부탁드리겠습니다.
멋진 아들, 멋진 경기 보여줘서 꼭 우승하고 트로피 받아가지고 와.
She says, please show some great games today.
네,
And I hope you win.
네.
And I hope you become the third champion.
임재덕 선수의 어머님을 만나봤고요. 다음은 황강호 선수의 어머님을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 어머니 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 이 황강호 선수가 생애 처음으로 이제 결승 무대에 오르게 됐습니다.
네, 정말 기분 좋고요. 오늘 우승했으면 좋겠는데 안 되더라도 열심히 하는
She's
걸로
very
만족을
happy that her
해보고
son's in the
싶습니다.
finals.
네, 자, 다음 질문입니다. 이
She
황강호
hopes he wins,
선수가
but if he
평소에 많이
doesn't,
웃고요.
she'll still be proud
거기다가
of him.
굉장히 다정다감합니다. 집에서도 그렇습니까?
예, 착한 아들이고 좀 더 열심히 해서 우승을 했으면 좋겠는데 잘 모르겠습니다.
네, 자, 이번에 마지막으로 민감한
LosirA is a very
질문입니다.
nice son at home,
임재덕 선수에게
and she hopes that he wins today
임재덕
and performs well.
선수는 지금까지도 몇 번 우승한 걸로 알고 있는데 오늘도 참 잘하는데요. 우리 강호가 더 잘했으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 굉장히 솔직하게 말씀해 주셨네요. 감사합니다. 자, 마지막으로 황강호 선수에게 응원
She
메시지
knows that he's.
부탁드리겠습니다.
I'm sorry. I didn't
강호
catch that.
화이팅!
화이팅!
All right.
네.
She says good luck to him.
네, 저는 임재덕 선수의 어머니 그리고 황강호 선수의 어머님을 만나봤습니다. 이현주 캐스터 나와주세요.
And we're back. We now know what the moms want, Artosis.
That's what we know.
We now know it. You know, it's funny. Normally, our desks, our hands are covered up. Now I feel I have this like.
What do we do
I could be
now?
like a Muppet. I could have like this Kermit the Frog hand.
We have a
going
guy
like
that
this.
dances.
This? Can you do that? Oh, look at you. Oh, you're actually good at that. I want to like beatbox while you do that. That's pretty good, man. Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
So we know what the moms think, but more importantly, what are your thoughts going into game number 2, Artosis?
You know, NesTea is so godly. I was thinking this would be a very close 4-2. Really good games.
It's
but
pretty tough to really dominate that hard in a mirror matchup.
NesTea didn't even trick LosirA. He just completely understood everything better.
Yeah. It was like if you could go back in time and play somebody in the beta, no matter what, you just have a better understanding of the game.
Now, unless right now LosirA is thinking to himself, "Oh, I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I just did that, and I can't believe I thought like that." Unless he's thinking that right now, I'm suddenly thinking, "Oh my God, this is going to be a 4-0."
Well, it makes me wonder what their games look like in practice. Obviously, LosirA has beaten NesTea, beats NesTea, but how much? How often is that? Does that happen?
Once.
Yeah, this is like it never actually happened, Nick. No, you're wrong. Excuse me. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
He's NesTea.
I don't know. It's kind of scary. I mean, that is a tough map to play on as well in Zerg versus Zerg. Belcher Beach is actually the most eliminated map in GSL.
Yeah, people do not really like to play that map.
Now that we don't have Steps of War anymore.
People don't like to play against Zerg on it especially.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, it's Zerg versus Zerg. Maps are going to matter some.
The
You
only
have to
time it
play
really is
bigger
impactful
ones.
if it's like on a rotationally symmetric map.
Yeah, that absolutely can be. And just the size of it, I guess, overall, you know, you're on a map like Terminus Re, attacking is like a very hard option to have.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to have to make some units so that you can't be attacked by someone dumb enough to attack you, if that makes any sense. But
The Terminus
not
Re
too
game
many.
should be interesting, too.
I'm going to like
excited
that
for
game. That's map 4, I believe.
I think so.
Tasteless, I'm putting you on the spot. Is
I
that
know,
map
I'm
4?
like-
Tasteless.
I'm like, yes. I'm just going to say yes. I believe it is.
It's map 5.
Hope you wouldn't do that to me, Artosis.
I actually have no idea.
This is pretty huge if NesTea wins this. And somebody's getting married, I guess.
No,
in
it
the
was
background.
It was to the female commentator.
Oh, really?
Kim
I want
Jinx.
some Mary Tasteless signs.
You're going to get some now, Taste.
I
Should
know.
have said that, man.
What have I done? We oh, look at that. Those are the Korean GSL shirts they're giving away down here. I'm just so happy.
What?
I'm just so happy. This is
What?
the biggest week in esports.
This is a huge weekend, man. This
Yeah.
is like what I live for.
I'm casting GSL, which already kicks so much ass, and then I'm gonna go watch MLG and Evolution.
Well, after this, I'm going to go to the arcade down the street.
Oh, yeah,
play
we're
some
going on
Street
a
Fighter,
mandate, Street Fighter.
and then
You're
I'm
going
going to
down,
go home
Artosis.
and I'm going to watch the MLG rebroadcast, which you guys should too.
Are you going
at
to battle my Blanca?
MLGpro.com.
I'm letting you know my Blanca did not cut his toenails for weeks and months and
I know,
years.
man.
They're going to be sharp when I do my low fierce kick and trip you. I start doing mix-up. I'm like, I'm like jumping around like that. You don't know which side I'm going to be on. You're going like this with the joystick.
Well, I got to tell you, Tasteless, I've got some new Smurf accounts in StarCraft 2. Starting playing a lot now.
Yeah, I'm about to get another Smurf
Going down,
account.
Tasteless. We're going to have some PvP matches
I
this
should
week.
actually explain what a Smurf account is because a lot of people don't know that.
Oh.
Smurf account is where you make an account that's not on your ID, which is basically almost always what our
It's for hiding.
Yeah, so that way we can just play and train, and yeah.
Not have people post replay. LOL, I just
I
own
beat him.
Tasteless.
So, something's going on back there. Oh, somebody looks like LosirA.
There's LosirA lookalike in the crowd.
All right, LosirA lookalikes, man.
I wonder if he plays Zerg. I bet his Zerg doesn't look anything like LosirA's.
No, that's pretty hard to do. Again, and I know I'm going to be saying this several times here, but I'm saying it several times because I want you to do it several times. Please get on Twitter and hashtag the GSL.
Yeah, we want to get that trending,
I mean,
guys.
I think
Go
a
ahead
lot of
and do
people
that.
don't understand, like, actually how good that is for the GSL if we get that to be a trending topic.
When we do that, everyone in esports claps. It doesn't matter what tournament you're
Yes.
involved with. They're all happy because the fact that the esports community is growing so big that we can do things like that, it's gigantic.
And, you know, if you see a trending topic on Twitter, then you're like, GSL, what is that? Then people can click on that and find out what that is, and that helps esports proliferate. So please go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that. Somebody just did that, and they reopened up the window,
Yeah.
and I was there, and I winked at them like that, and they're like,
No, it's like each one of you has the potential to lay a creep tumor on Twitter.
oh my God, that's a really good way to look at you. You're so smart. You're so clever.
Thanks.
All right, it's time now to move on to game number 2. Now, LosirA, I don't know about you, but I'd be a bit shaken from a game like that. Well, I would be like, wow, that game feels pretty much like my opponent is better than me.
You know, I think LosirA is aware of that, but again, I feel like if he's not thinking to himself, oh, I know exactly what I did, why was I that dumb to do that, then he is in so much trouble, Tasteless, because this guy on the left, NesTea, 3 championships, that's what he's going for, Tasteless.
And not just that, but greatest player in the world. I mean, if you win 3 GSLs, we just have to give you that title, best player in the world. All right, it's time. Let's go on to game number 2. Can LosirA come back from this? Or is NesTea going to continue to dominate in the Server Search Series? Let's find out. Here, head-to-head in the finals. Cast by Tasteless and Artosis. Tasteless, the Gas and Archon here at the GSL, brought to you by Pepsi.
Like the Micro Machines guy, you just keep going. They talk so quickly.
I'm like the scat man. In the upper right, it's our second one-on-one map. We have NesTea. There he is. Such a badass, such a baller. He is so loaded from all his GSL winnings. In the bottom left, the teammate of NesTea, the underdog. He is LosirA. I love casting GSL. Brought to you by Pepsi.
Supposed to gulp it.
Go, 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 go. I can gurgle it.
Well, now, we do have a pretty quick pool here by NesTea. Interesting to see. LosirA, though, his pool is reasonably quick. If he had gone hatchery first, this build from NesTea would be pretty scary. But look at that. Oh, I'm loving that, Tasteless. And as this Overlord pops out, I'm going to be able to make 4 lings. And I'm interested to see if he's going to make more than 4. He's starting that queen right away. Oh, and he's going back into drones. Very interesting
that
by
was
NesTea.
interesting. I like that. He just peeked with the drone to see if there's a hatch. And then he doesn't even go into the main. He's like, all right, I want to get money now. I'm going to send my drone all the way back home.
Yeah, and now it is time for the lings to come out. And that's just 4 very quick lings. Of course, LosirA's pool is finishing up. And he's going to probably make 4 lings. That's normally what you do in ZVZ is you open with 4 lings because then you can hold everything. His speed is going to be quicker, but of course the queen of NesTea is much quicker. So, you know, this is actually such an interesting build to me from NesTea. It's the very quick queen, of course, going to give more transfusions and allow him to try to catch up on drones quicker.
All right,
but he also gave himself...
He might be able to get some drones here. This is really going to interfere. It's going to cause a hiccup in the mining timing here. And he's going to go in there once again? No, excuse me. No, he's not.
It's kind of checking it all out. And you notice that the drone count, not too far apart, 1 apart right now. And, well, you know, that was an interesting build by NesTea. It was kind of like, oh, I hope you hatch first. But at the same time, it was not a committed all-in. It was more of a, I'm going to make you cancel that hatch.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to maybe kill a drone or 2.
You know what's funny is I feel like NesTea's playing more like LosirA than NesTea right now. The way he's approaching this is just very technical.
It's very much not what we're used to from NesTea.
It's a very disarming build.
Yes. Now, NesTea's speed is going to be slower, and he's making a lot more lings, actually, which is kind of interesting to me. Not making a hatchery yet at his expand. He has 1 more drone by the blurry numbers on our preview screens that I'm seeing.
All right, so this is interesting to see NesTea now still on 1 base, but with 2 queens. Now, you don't normally see 2 queens on 1 base, so he might actually think, LosirA might think NesTea's only on has 1 queen, and that he's rushing to something. But that's not the case at all.
And the Roach Warren is going down as the Baneling Nest is being made by LosirA. And speed about to finish. So NesTea now will be able to do things with his lings if he so chooses. Well-timed Roach Warren and Spine Crawler being made in the main of LosirA, so he's a little bit nervous. He wants to be ready. Nice scout there.
Yep, that was pretty good. So NesTea does have a slight, not a lead. Excuse me, actually the opposite of a lead.
Yeah.
A slight disadvantage.
Exactly. I was scared there, Tastes, that you were going to commit to him having a lead.
No.
I was like,
I was trying to think of a fancy word for disadvantage. Now, we have a bunch of Zerglings here coming towards the hatchery, but these Banelings are going to be perfect to defend that, and NesTea will most likely have to turn around.
Well, one great thing to do is send 1 Zergling in while they're not looking and try to make that Baneling detonate. That's a great move to do. I would not be surprised if NesTea tries to do that.
Pretty gutsy here from NesTea.
Going after that Baneling.
And the Baneling does get away, so he still has a Baneling defense. Meanwhile, the Zergling's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, that he is. And where are your Zerglings?
Oh my god, counterattack here.
Oh my god, and he has roaches up.
Totally denied. He's gonna get the queen. He gets it. NesTea now in a massive lead.
NesTea is so godly, it actually doesn't make sense. He is actually destroying LosirA right now. Now that LosirA's lings pop out when he doesn't need them, NesTea safe at home with his roaches. Just looking so good right now. But there's a lot of lings out for LosirA. I'd love to see him come up and at least try to harass the drone line at the natural. It's very wide open. Never know. Maybe we'll get something. runs away.
Zergling's continuing to maneuver around. Evolution Chamber is up here for NesTea. NesTea still, again, with a massive lead. He may want to keep all these drones, actually, in his main.
Well, you know, LosirA still has some more drones, so NesTea is going to have to... Well, he's starting +1 and getting more roaches instead of making drones. In the meantime, 8 drones started for LosirA. And this means that NesTea is probably going to try to hit a timing attack here. But he's getting +1, so I don't quite understand. He might just make roaches non-stop. A little mistake there by NesTea, but he might make roaches non-stop until the +1 is done and just go then.
That's what
that would be a really weird time. No, he's starting drones again. I am confused by NesTea's play right now. This is very peculiar. He's got a really weird number of roaches, and I mean, he's catching up on drones.
It's possible that when LosirA gets behind like this, he might have done all-ins in practice or something.
Yeah, I think you might be right on something like that. But LosirA still has a good amount of drones. He's making his roach horn, so he's going to be able to macro that up very quickly. But the +1 will be on NesTea's side. Notice a lot of spine crawlers, though. Can't really attack into that in roach versus roach.
You know what's interesting is he's actually pushing creep in a Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah.
Like pushing it towards his opponent's base. I'm curious how far he's going to push that.
Well, you know, one thing that I do like about that, Tasteless, is the creep tumors give you a lot of vision.
Yeah.
And that's just nice. Other than that, yeah, it's a little
You know,
bit
he
bad.
might actually be doing that because he saw LosirA building banelings outside of his base and trying to slip in there. If you just make creep, you can spot for that. That might actually be the angle he's going at. And of course, you can also spot for other kinds of counterattacks, too.
Yeah. Well, more and more roaches on the way for NesTea. It looks like he is gearing up for this +1 timing attack. It's a build that July loves to use quite a bit in his ZVZs, and that is many roaches, Tasteless.
He's moving out. Is LosirA prepared?
LosirA is making more drones as well as roaches.
I don't know. He might want to get some more spine crawlers up, too. Remember, these are going to be +1 attack roaches, so not only does NesTea have more roaches, but his roaches are superior.
But there are a lot of spine crawlers here. Spines are amazingly good against roaches.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see what he decides to do here.
He's now going to be making only Zerglings to follow this up. Keep reinforcing this. Here we go.
It's almost all in here. NesTea has got to get some damage done. He's got a nice spread on his roaches. The banelings coming out. Look at that. The banelings not being all that useful yet. And in fact, he uses them when all NesTea's doing is making Zerglings to come down. Look at this beautiful attack. But the spine crawler's helping so much. NesTea may have to move back for a little bit, but a lot of drones came out, and a decent number of drones did die here. Here come the Zerglings now. LosirA is wishing he hadn't wasted all those banelings, and NesTea pushing forward, but has to back up.
You know, there was a small mistake in there where there was a spine crawler with like 1 hit point that he just wasn't attacking for the vast majority of that time. But look, NesTea can't stop now. He's going to continue to reinforce this. Scouting Zergling coming in here to the main to see, are there still more roaches and Zerglings coming? He can confirm that yes, there are.
Layer on the way, sees that as well. And NesTea looks like he's done the attack.
Wow, he's actually...
Well, I
I'm
think
surprised.
that the next wave definitely would not have worked. So it's a good call by NesTea. You know, he isn't normally known for hitting that exact timing that much nowadays. It's more of a July Zerg build. And LosirA shows us that, hey, you better bring your NesTea builds, man, or I'm going to hold them.
We got more and more... whoa, interesting.
I like the second Evo.
evolution chamber.
You know, he is up in drones just slightly.
That was close.
NesTea microing his Zerglings very efficiently.
The layer is now done.
Roach speed on the way as well as +2 attack, so he's going to stay the Roach path.
Then if LosirA tries to tech to Mutalisks, for instance, in this situation, he's got to be careful because then NesTea will have yet another timing to try to bludgeon him.
Well, a layer is being started by LosirA. He's also getting 1-1, but you know, 2-0 is going to be a little bit better than 1-1. A lot of Overseers. Ooh, we're going to see some goop and Tasteless.
He's going to goop the hatches.
Oh my God, this is so handsome.
I love this strategy.
Oh my God, he is actually doing this Tasteless. He is going to hit this timing that he is basing off of stopping larva injects. He's going to stop all the larva injects
Watch and learn,
at one of the
guys.
hatches. perhaps just stall out both for a little bit. This is so beautiful by NesTea.
Here we go. That hatchery not able to help with production. Oh
And he
my
stops
God.
the upgrades. Interesting choice there. And in fact, he's going to go and stop the main hatch as well. Wow.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by NesTea to actually start using this. We've seen this on the Korean server way back. Like, I'm talking way back. It was popular for a little bit, but it was normally off of one base where you just rush to 3 Overseers and just dart in and keep doing that, then try to hit a roach time based upon not having enough larva. I commend NesTea to use this in the late mid game, basically.
He's using this in the finals of a tournament as well.
Yeah, it's awesome to see.
Here come the roaches.
Now it looks like LosirA is up in drones, so this is going to be a very important attack for NesTea.
Roaches moving out now, but this is a lot of banelings
Oh my
with that.
God! And well, this is going to be very important. And he does damage a lot, but a lot of his back
Hotcade here sucks for NesTea.
Well, there he goes. He moves him up, and he's getting a lot of damage. And now takes
More banelings.
his +2 though, just not finished. It's almost finishing, but he knows his timing, and in he goes. Will he have enough? LosirA has about 8 roaches about to pop out. He's gonna take out these spine crawlers.
He needs to get rid of those ASAP, and he does. The queen's gone. The drones are out. We don't have the additional roaches out yet. And he goops it again.
More gooping going on, Tasteless, and NesTea, do you have the critical mass? Will LosirA be able to hold on? Brings out the drones, very smart of LosirA. He needs to do this. He has to hold on at this moment.
Now, don't forget, he might have actually gooped the hatchery in the main, too.
He may have, yeah. And it's pretty close number of roaches, but the Zerglings are coming in. Those roaches are
Once again, that's it.
GG. NesTea.
Damn.
He takes the short end of the stick like 3 times that game and works it into a victory.
That
Holy
was
tamale.
so sexy, that Zerg we just saw. He actually did. Not, granted, the +2 attack didn't finish perfectly. That was a pretty well-engineered strategy.
You know, I think he just based off the timings that he thought the upgrades were on. It's like I have bid before the upgrades come in.
Yeah.
So he skipped his own +2 finishing. Well, Tasteless, I have actually a really good business plan that I want to go over with you.
Yes.
You know how you can get like a special bag that like a camera fits in or something like that?
Yeah, or like a keyboard bag or something.
Yeah, it's like a specially shaped bag. I was thinking what we should make is a special backpack for NesTea, one with a shape just for a GSL trophy in the back, because he's always carrying around GSL trophies.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I thought that might be...
I think he needs to, for his wheelbarrow that he carries around that holds his cash in, he should probably trick it out a little bit, get some rims on that one wheel. You only live once, you're doing well. NesTea, you're basically at the point where you're almost affluent, you're not even rich anymore.
The amount of money that this man has won...
Dude, he's so loaded.
It's unbelievable, man. Wait until he starts going to foreign tournaments, too.
Yeah.
When he starts flying around and just hitting every tournament in the world. It's not even called StarCraft 2 anymore. It's called NesTea.
It's called NesTea Beating Up Nerds.
Yeah.
2. It's better than the first one. Man. That was such an impressive Zerg we just saw.
Yeah.
I am really impressed.
NesTea, the way that he worked his way back in, because, again, he was behind on drones a lot of it. His attacks weren't really working. They were doing a little bit. I'm so impressed by the guy, man.
Well, it's interesting because that game is completely different from the first game we saw. He played an entirely different style. NesTea isn't normally the guy that we would associate winning a game with a timing attack.
Yeah. If he hits a timing, it's because
it's that Roachling one that he always
you've done
does
something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it is normally the Roachling. The +1 Roach, that's like a July Zerg build, and if you're really, really good, top Zerg, like Sen or like LosirA, you'll hold that, and he did. But then NesTea came back with some funny stuff, Tasteless.
Well, that was like a +2 timing attack with Overseers scooping the hatches.
It was weird.
That was weird. I've never seen that ability used like that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the guys over at Blizzard Tasters are going,
Team 1's like going crazy. Like, oh, yes. By the way, cheers to the Team 1 guys. We know everybody at Blizzard watches the show.
They better all watch.
They better,
it.
man.
What are they doing?
They better. They're ruining esports. Guys, once again, tasteless reminder to get on Twitter and hashtag Twitter. Hashtag GSL.
GSL.
Not
Yeah.
hashtag Twitter. It's like doesn't make
It's
any
like
sense.
shift in 3 and then GSL. It's very simple. Type some other stuff too. Get
Yeah.
some conversations going. You guys keep doing this. Come on. Let's get it trending.
Let's do it.
NesTea deserves it.
Let's do it.
Let's not trend NesTea though. That would actually be so funny. The company's like,
I don't know, man. NesTea's trending on Twitter. I don't know. Then they're going to find out what the GSL is,
yeah,
and then they're going to just watch GSL all the time.
they should. They should.
I don't know what else you're going to do, man. This is the best show on earth. This is the best TV show on earth. We have baller nerds battling it out in StarCraft 2.
Greatest game on earth.
Yeah, greatest game on earth, hardest game on earth. It's pretty good. We are going to have a very quick commercial break coming up here soon. Whenever our Korean commentators are ready, we're actually piggybacked on their production, so we don't wear the daddy pants here. God, it's so good to be casting these finals. All right, now it's time for the break, so don't go too far away. We'll be back very soon with more GSL.